Hey everybody, it's John again from Gasper's Automotive Restoration, and today we're going to be working on that truck right there. It's a 1926 Seagrave city service ladder from South Manchester, Connecticut. I'm really excited about it. It's got a 1,013 cubic inch 6-cylinder, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. Okay, so here's the truck. I purchased this from a gentleman in Maine, a friend of mine, a very good friend of mine actually, and he had gotten it from a guy that was down this way, I believe, here in Connecticut. And this is South Manchester, Connecticut's 1926 Seagrave city service ladder. It's been inside most of its life. The last 10 years, 8 years, it's been outside, so you can see it's kind of getting weathered here. It's a very long truck, loaded with some of the ladders here. I've got spare ladders to put in it. There's some more over here. Just really big stuff. But this truck is here in my storage area. It's been here for quite a while, probably 3 years now almost. And I really haven't had time to do anything with this, but today we're gonna get this thing fired up. Here's the dashboard. It's really cool. It probably looks terrible, but this thing, I think this thing's gonna run. This hasn't run in probably 10 years, but seat's got a little hole in it, but that's okay, we don't care about that. And here's the power plant here. A Seagrave 1,013 cubic inch F motor. It's called the letter F as in Frank, and it was Seagrave's go-to engine for probably 26 years, 28 years, something like that. A really long time. You've got individual fuel cups here we're going to be using for each cylinder. We'll put some gas in there. 2 spark plugs per cylinder. You can see over there. Just a really cool engine. Here's the electric distributor. We're not going to be using that. We're actually going to be using the magneto down here. This will run the engine without any battery hooked up to the ignition on the distributor. This will just run by itself. It makes its own electricity. Got the brass carburetor down here. We got to hook up the boat tank to that, and that's pretty much it. So let's check the oil here. This is actually the oil spigot right here, and you can see there's some marks here, and there's a little rod here. And there's a piece of cork down inside in the oil. You push this little rod down and give it a little poke, make sure that it's not stuck, and it floats right back up. You can see it's just about at the top here, so it's maybe even just slightly overfilled, but it's got plenty of oil. And up here is the motometer and the radiator cap. I'm not going to bother looking in here because I know that this doesn't have any water in it. We're not going to run this thing long enough to worry about that. You can see the logo here on the side, Manchester Hook and Ladder 1. These are, I think, the original paint on there still. I'm not sure if that's an old decal that was put on afterwards, but you could still make it out. Let's open up this hood here and get a better look at this side of the motor over here. You got your oil fill right here, and there used to be a generator down here. It was removed, so this is missing. That sucks, but usually those things are missing. They're hard to find, and it appears that the fan is also missing over here. So a couple parts we're going to need, but I've got spares. Starter motor right over here. It's not a really big starter motor. If you look at the size of my hand, it's not really that big for turning this giant motor, but it's geared down and it works well. Got the Group 31 battery over here hooked up real quick to crank it over. Let's just see if she cranks. Whoa. Okay, it cranks really good. That's another thing with a Seagrave. We're not going to need it today really, but this is the compression release right here. You pull this out and slide it out, and it will actually hold the exhaust valves open a little bit, and it gives you makes it a lot easier for you to hand crank the engine, and also with the electric start. But with this thing, the batteries charge really well. There's no need to really use this today. Here's the tag right here. Serial number 45860 or 360? 360. 45360. Model 6WF. Just a really cool truck. It's safe and sound here in the gymnasium being stored. And here's the back side of the dash here. You got the regulator here for the generator that we're missing. There's the original coil over there on the other side. This big box looking thing over there, that's an original ignition coil. It probably still works. Wiring seen better days. And here's our cooling tubes on the top, going all the way across, and then the return up to the radiator. And of course, we don't need to worry about that today either. Hook up our fuel line here. Really high tech here at Gasper's Automotive Restoration. A hose clamp and a boat tank. Okay, I think that should do it. Okay, now one thing we have to do for these fuel cups here on the engine is we have to prime them. So I'm going to use what I got here. I got a paint cap. Put a little gas in there. You take your cup here. You want to put gas and fill up these little cups. This will help the truck get started quicker. Yeah, rotate all these, and it's going to let all the gas in to the cylinder. And then we're going to rotate them back so we don't lose compression. Okay, I primed the carburetor with this squeeze ball right here, and we got it. It's pretty hard, so we got fuel right to the carburetor. All right, first start in 10 years, 15 years. I think we have a valve stuck open. A little bit extra compression left in there. we definitely have a valve stuck open. Okay, more gas. Okay, let's try it again. Oh, we got something. She wants to go. I think we got too much gas. So I'm gonna stem the tide of fuel here. Oh, almost. Wow. There you go, first start in 10 years. And this thing's been sitting a long time. Let's try it again. That sounded good. Pretty awesome. Well, there you have it. 1926 Seagrave here in Manchester, Connecticut. Just got it running. It's missing on 1 or 2 cylinders, but we haven't done anything to this engine. Just put a battery on it and put some gas to the carburetor and fired it up. So pretty awesome truck. It goes to show you, it's a reminder of American automotive excellence. These old trucks, they just start right up. So if you like, subscribe please, and keep that old iron running.